Hi, it's Nikki. Welcome to part 1 of the Snuggle Mystery Crochet Along. This is going to be a really fun mystery crochet along because there's going to be a lot of pieces that we're going to crochet, and at the very end we're going to put them together. Now when I say a lot of pieces, that doesn't mean a lot of work, okay? Most of the pieces are very small, and you might be thinking there is some amigurumi involved, which it's not. So think of that as your only clue for now, and of course the colors are also your clue. So let's get into it. First we're going to talk about the colors. So you can see the color scheme right here. So I'm using mainly yellow and red here. I'm also using a little bit of black. I didn't put it on the picture because it's only a little bit of black. There's also an option to use some green and a little bit of white, so you could implement that as well. I actually highly recommend you do, because that way you can decide better in part 3 how you're going to finish it, because in part 2 there's going to be a part in there which you need to decide either yellow or green, and I personally think if you make both you can decide later on how you're going to finish it. So that's a little hint for you as well. Today we're going to make a few different pieces. There's going to be 3 different pieces we're going to make today. 2 of them have multiple of them, or better, I should say one of them has 2, and then the other one has 3 of them that you're going to make. It won't take you that long. It's going to go very quickly, and you're going to be a little bit stumped probably at this point, and definitely thinking, oh my gosh, it looks like an amigurumi. It's not. Remember, it's not. But before I talk about the pattern, I do want to remind you, we have a giveaway at the very end. We're going to have 12 winners at the very end. Look at this picture right here. There are 4 different ways for you to win, each of them 3 winners. The very first one is sign up for this mystery crochet along. If you haven't signed up yet and you're not getting the emails for this mystery crochet along, you're not automatically entered. So make sure you add your full name and email address into the sign up box. It's free. There's nothing else you got to do. It's just sign up and you automatically entered into the very first giveaway. The second giveaway would be for you to watch these 3 videos, part 1, 2, and 3, all the way through, and answer the questions at the very end. And you're going to add your answers into the comments, and therefore you qualify for that as well. The third part to win is to actually finish the mystery crochet along. However you want to finish it, it just needs to look finished. There's no yarn ends hanging off or anything. If it looks finished, it's finished for your purposes. You're going to take a picture with the hashtag and post it into the Facebook group. The last part is you showing up for the Snuggle Crochet Party, where we're going to give away all the prizes and talk more about Snuggle crochet patterns. So you got to show up for that. It's a live event, so if you show up for that, you have additional chances to win some prizes. Now, in terms of the pattern, you have 2 options for now during the actual mystery crochet along event to get the pattern. Number 1, it is free to view on my website. It does have ads. It is not printable, and you just going to head over to the link, the very first link you see in the description. You head over there. There's a table of content you can open up and tap on it if you want to click on specific parts of that article or that post, and that jumps you either to the material list, the pattern, etc., etc. And you can do that as well. Just keep in mind that it does have ads, and which makes it free to view, but again, not printable. If you prefer a printable version, then come join the Crochet Club, because in the Crochet Club, our membership, you can join as an annual, quarterly, or monthly member. And when you become a TCC member, which is what we call the Crochet Club, then you can get access to over 500 ad-free patterns, 6 to 7 monthly get-togethers, some of a live tutorial, some of them are Zoom calls. We have a blast. You get new content ad-free and printable every single week, and so much more. So think about it. You either get the free to view version or the ad-free printable version if you join the Crochet Club. Now now let's get into the pattern, shall we? So let's get actually started. We're going to start with the very first piece. You're going to make 3 of those, and then we're going to go into the next one. So let me show you. We're going to start with a magic ring, and you're going to insert your hook and pull up a loop, and then you're going to adjust and put your ring finger into the loop and make a chain of 1. That chain of 1 just holds the magic ring in place. There's no other purpose for it, and it doesn't count as a stitch. You can substitute the magic ring for the alternative magic ring, which is a chain of 2, and place everything in the first chain. You just need to make sure that hole is closed in the end. Okay, now we're going to add 6 single crochets to the ring. Now you're going to close the ring. You can use the yarn end right here as your stitch marker. That's what I like to do. You're going to go into the next round, and you're going to crochet 2 single crochets per stitch all the way around, which means you're going from 6 stitches to 12 stitches. So place 2 single crochet stitches per stitch all the way around. Move up your stitch marker, and let's go into the next round. In that round, you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 single crochets in the following. Now repeat this all the way around. So 1 and then 2 single crochet stitches. Now it's going to look like this. You're now going to crochet 2 rounds of just single crochet stitches, and then it's going to look like this. And once you made 1 of these, it's going to look like this. You're going to make 2 more, so you have 3 pieces in total. So once you have those 3 pieces, make sure you have a little bit of a yarn end. So let's say a couple feet or so should be fine. And then you're just going to place them to the side for now. And we're going to go into the other 2 pieces that are duplicates of each other. But you're going to repeat this part without that last round of increases. So let me repeat what we just did. Okay, we did a magic ring with 6 single crochet stitches, and then in the next round we did 2 single crochet stitches per stitch. Then you're going to stop right there, and you're going to crochet 6 rounds in yellow, 1 single crochet per stitch, and then 7 rounds in red, 1 single crochet per stitch. Let me show you how that looks like. It's going to look like this in the end, okay? So all you're going to do is do the color transition as you normally would. You can make a clean color transition if you want, but all I really did is I switched from one color to another. So it wasn't a big deal. It's just one little spot right there. And that can kind of be hidden later, so you don't have to worry too much. So you're going to have these 2 pieces, and really all you're doing is crocheting single crochet stitches after those 2 rounds that I just talked about. So 6 single crochets in the magic ring, and then 2 single crochet stitches per stitch all the way around. Then it's just 1 single crochet per stitch, and there are 6 rounds in yellow and 7 rounds in red, and you're going to make 2 of these pieces right here, and that's it. Okay, I do want to show you really quickly how I did the color change right here, although it is again the traditional color change, not like a clean one, but if you want to do a clean one, you can. So let's pretend I'm at that spot right now to do a color change. So the way I did a color change was simply by stopping at the very last yarn or pull through. So if you would go through here, you're finishing up your stitch. So before you do that, you have 2 loops on your hook, and that is where I do the color change. So you're simply going to make a slip knot in your new color, and you're going to pull the new color through like so. And you can adjust it there a little bit, and then I literally just went into the next stitch. So that's how I did the color change. If you wanted a little cleaner, you can do an invisible join with the yellow. I have a separate video for that, and then you can start with the red after. That makes a cleaner color change where you don't really see the color change at all. You really just see rounds of one color, and you don't see that zigzag. But again, it won't really matter too much. So if you're okay with that little zigzag, then go for it. I did, so it's totally fine. All right, now let's go to the biggest piece for part 1, which again, it won't take you that long to crochet, and we are going to make this really quickly. Let me show you. All right, so I have my little piece ready because you already know how to go this far, and that is the exact same thing we're going to do for the biggest piece for part 1. So let me repeat what we did, and then we're going to keep going from here, okay? So we did a magic ring, 6 single crochets into the ring, and then in the following round we did 2 single crochet stitches per stitch, and in the next round we did 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and so forth all the way around, which means by the end of the round you have 18 stitches. Okay, so now we're going to go into the following round. Again, this is for the biggest piece in the end. Okay, we're going in the following round and we're going to crochet 1 single crochet in 2 pieces and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. Now repeat that. 1 single crochet in 2 stitches and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. Do this all the way around and then we'll go into the next round. All right, in the next round, move up your stitch marker and we're going to crochet 1 single crochet in 3 stitches this time and then 2 single crochets after. And then you're going to repeat this all the way around. So 1 single crochet in 3 stitches and then an increase. That means 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch. Do this all the way around and then we're going to the following round. All right, 2 more rounds of increases. So let's do this. 1 single crochet in 4 stitches and then an increase. So that means 2 single crochet stitches in the following stitch. Now go ahead and repeat this all the way around and then we're going to the next round. All right, in the next round, we have 1 more round of increases. So move up your stitch marker and we're going to crochet 1 single crochet in 5 stitches and then an increase afterwards, which means 2 single crochet stitches. Now go ahead and repeat this all the way around. So 1 single crochet in 5 stitches and then an increase. All right, you're now going to crochet 14 rounds of just single crochet stitches. I'm going to show you in a second how it looks like, but pretend I just did that. And then we're going to do decreases. There's 2 rounds of decreases, so I'll show you really quickly how to do that. And then you're already done with that piece. So again, you're going to do 14 rounds of just single crochet stitches, 1 stitch per stitch, so no increase or decreases. And then we're going to do some decreases. So let's pretend I just did the 14 rounds. And so we're now doing decreases, okay? So that would be 1 single crochet in 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're going to do a decrease. A decrease is done by going through the front loops of 2 stitches, at least for a piece like this. This is very beneficial because you're not going to see the decrease. Typically, I do this in rounds. No matter what piece it is, if it's in rounds, I do the decrease this way because you can't really see the decrease in the end. So again, you go through 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now that's your decrease. Now you're going to do this all the way around. So 1 single crochet in 5 stitches and then a decrease by going through 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's your decrease. Do this all the way around and then we have 1 more round of decreases. All right, 1 more round of decreases. So in this one, you're going to do 1 single crochet in 4 stitches. And then again, you're going to do a decrease. So you're going to do it the same way as before. So go through 2 front loops, so of 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through. Now you're going to repeat this all the way around and it's going to look like this. So this is how it's going to look like in the end. And you're going to have this, I don't even know what to call this, a dome-like feature, I guess. So this is how it's going to be. I'm just going to make it flat for now so it's easier to see. So that is what you made. And you also made these additional pieces. Let me show you. All right, so you made these 6 pieces right here for part 1. Now I know this looks messy and it may not look like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what we're doing. That's totally fine. There is quite a bit still to crochet for part 2 and 3. It's not that much to crochet, I promise you. You may use almost all of the yellow, but you're barely going to use the other colors, so you don't have to worry. It's not going to be that much crocheting to do. I promise you. It may just be a lot of pieces, but it's not that much to crochet. But anyway, so this is part 1. And once you're done with part 1, you can lay it out however you like. And you're going to take a picture. And you're going to post it to the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki, which I'm showing you right here. So all you're doing is you're going to the group. You're going to put the picture in there. You're going to type some text as well as the hashtag and then post it, okay? And then that way we can find and celebrate you that you're part of the Snuggle Mystery Crochet Along. But hang on, you're not quite done yet because you still need to answer a question. What is the question going to be? So my question for you today for part 1, and in order to qualify for the giveaway, please answer down below in the comments your very first guess on what the Snuggle Mystery Crochet Along is going to be. Meaning, what is the end result, the pattern going to be? Remember, I told you it's not going to be an amigurumi, okay? And you know some of the colors. So what is your very first guess? It's totally fine if you're right or wrong. It doesn't matter. I just want you to qualify for the giveaway. So leave a comment down below and let me know your very first guess on what this mystery crochet along pattern will be at the very end. All right, now that we talked about that, be sure to come back for part 2 where we're going to crochet a little bit more. It's not going to be that much, I promise you. And we're going to do that in part 2 in a couple of days. I am so excited. And quick reminder, by the end of the week, we have a party that you want to attend to. Yes, because we're going to give away even more prizes on that day. And we'll talk more about snuggle crochet patterns. So anyways, will I see you in part 2? I sure hope I will. In the meantime, go ahead and crochet for part 1 and I'll see you in part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a video or go live. I'll see you in part 2. Bye!